Aim. See that? That was a dangerous one because we were loading in. But we did load in, so it's okay. One of the many talents of the caster is actually eating extremely fast as well, so we can get...
The Dire get a ban.
We have that for you, so... Whoosh.
Lovely sound and a lovely game to get into. It's off against it. Second series, 5 best-of-2s taking place all across the game.
Radiant's turn to ban.
You know, we're starting to see some trends,
as
long as we stay positive,
at least
we'll win.
become like a little bit more prominent, right? And Tidehunter is one of those ones
你这么
to
菜
build
的
a
队
draft
伍，生
around.
气大哥哥。
So we do have the Tidehunter picked, or rather banned out in the first phase, as well as the other ones that we saw in the last series was the Tiny, but that snap also looks pretty good. Do you think that it's exclusively with the Tidehunter that it's that good, or what?
No. It's just good.
Remaining.
I think it has
Radiant
allies
ban.
that make the hero look even stronger. But, ooh, that's kind of... But I would say that OG probably leaning towards the snap as well as Ziklinks.
Yeah, Sumail has looked really... that if there's ever a time
10 seconds.
that sort of make some more action happen, that sort of
5 seconds remaining.
game without revealing more, that's the way to... we should mention as well as that Aster been able to play now with White Album, the roster. So 86 no longer on the team. White Album is feeling a little
Shame.
bit better.
Shame he's not there anymore.
Oh,
Thanks,
man.
Lex.
Get that. But yeah, he's going to be playing with the roster. So Aster playing. We're hoping to play.
Everyone, I want you to picture a little clock ticking in your head. Every one of those little ticks. Tick. The time they wasted on that ban for ET, that's going to be them at the end of this draft of their 10th pick. Seconds, precious seconds gone. And that was the question I was about to ask you. What happens if the Tiny is picked? Will they respond with a Weaver and some other minus armor, perhaps? Will that be the play? I will admit that I have thought that the double minus armor strat has looked pretty strong. The Tide's already gone. That's been a pretty decent answer to the Tiny overall, since he doesn't have any way to deal with the Kraken, right? There's some concern about trying to burst that hero first. I approve of the minus armor ideas.
I could be down with that. I will say the other thing that I'd love to see. Heroes look good. We know he's comfortable on the hero from his time in the past. At some point, I would like to see that from Aster. They're going to go first or the IO. Classic.
Right.
It's been one of those that's been banned out a lot. I feel like we've seen a good amount let through. Oh, if they pick Gyrocopter.
10 seconds.
You don't want to see that one again?
I don't want to see it. Yesterday, there's so much IO Gyro, and kept
5
losing.
seconds
It wasn't great.
remaining.
That is for sure. We also have like our Wyvern, right? Has been popping up quite a bit all over the place, and it is a classic hero versus the IO. So it could be a thought for OG. So I feel like they could also flex that across numerous heroes and players, obviously, in terms of like maybe Thompson, something. Like I could see him trying to see if that still works. I know it's been nerfed very heavily, but more likely it would just be a flex between the 3, the 4, and the 5.
You're dead.
Thank you, Avo.
Good. Yeah, that's going to be a classic through this one. I have a feeling that there's one particular team that is doing a lot of the voice chat lines.
You know, Aster we're getting in there too. Yeah, it's all right. It's not just them. Ah, they went for the Weaver. So there we go.
Like you were talking about.
Yeah. No, like Brian the Banana Slamma promo code JAMA was talking about. All right,
you
my
don't wanna take
muse.
that? Okay.
Yes, he's teaching me everything.
So the thing that's a little bit weird to me,
10
IO.
seconds.
feel
As
like
in, like, because you want the 4 Weaver flex.
seconds.
I would like the
remaining.
4-week flex, because this to me feels probably 1 week. It's a good hero. It's stomping the bug, and that's the Avatos, blow him up.
True, could be just a laning thing too, where they put like an IO more like a 5-ish thing, and the Weaver they kind of like share a little bit of the farm. They could still be the support duo theoretically. Maybe there's some sort of a core offlane Weaver here that they could go for too.
Dire's ban now.
All is possible in this world, and they go for the AA here right away. So lots of individual burst, and of course a different sort of counter to the IO. Some heroes like to go for a play where you're attempting to get the IO +1 in some sort of a trap or a double stun. AA is just more like, I'm just gonna ignore you IO and try and negate a lot of the benefits that you're giving to this.
Because, well, we think about it often as being or something. Kind of want
10 seconds.
Yeah.
stun.
Yeah, that's only the up close and personal assassination plays. You love having the global plays too.
Radiant's
Had a good
turn
amount
to
of times,
ban.
and Seb looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Dyer's ban now.
No wolf bite tiny. Yeah, that's been kind of everywhere, huh?
It really has.
Yeah, we got one game, I believe, with the Lycan Ags.
Mhm.
I don't think we got the shard though. Wolves. Right. I like that one.
I think we saw it in one of the main streams.
Yes, yeah, I've seen it on one of the other streams.
Right, exactly.
That I have seen.
So us
Here's
casters
a
Yeah.
particularly.
ban.
Hey, I haven't just got to follow the wolves around yet and watch how they interact with the creep waves and their priority. It's very interesting how the creeps are just like about to kill the wolf and they're like, oh my god, more creeps, and they
Gotta
just like
sit
run
those
away
down.
from the wolf
Yeah.
as soon as they can.
It's super. Yeah, it's gonna be wolf
10
tiny
seconds.
classic. That make you think about putting the
5
at
seconds
all like think
remaining.
about a sunset one?
No, we just had a no wolf tiny. It looked scary.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to see that again.
Okay, that's fair.
Matu was just chunking away in game number 1 there. Secret versus LGD. And of course, though, he did have some other help, right? There was no Lycan, but there was an Empower from a Magnus. There was a Bloodlust from an Ogre. Probably not going to see a Bloodlust, more than likely with the AA, but Mag's still kicking around right here. And we know that Sumail also plays that hero quite comfortably. In fact, spoiler alert, he was playing it this morning on his Smurf. Don't tell anyone. It's a secret.
Radiant's turn to
But,
pick.
yeah, up the crack, playing some...
Dyer's turn to
And obviously, since the second one, they had more time
spirit.
beforehand. But if you're first, it feels hard.
There's a reason everyone says, "Oh, first game of the day."
Yeah, exactly.
I'm talking like you guys who are like back up at home, like you're playing in your pubs. Oh, first game of the day. Everyone has that feeling. They have
You
that
only
feeling
say
too.
that if you lose.
Yes,
Like,
oh, obviously, yeah. And then you win, you're like, "Oh, so good." When
Just
really you made,
amazing.
they just made more mistakes than
Yeah,
you
true.
with first game of the day. So they
The
were also
Storm?
up early.
Look at this. This is a nice little combo together with the IO. Storm jumps on somebody,
Mhm.
relocate in, is off the gank. Bad, not bad.
Yeah, the other hero that was a classic with the IO was always the Bane for like a support duo global setup. You can just like Nightmare Fiend's Grip, get 2 heroes, relocate in with someone else.
It does reveal a lot of the draft already for Aster. I feel like I know what's happening. Like, is there any way that this could be a weird at all?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
I think
never mind that.
it's definitely possible. I think what's really interesting is that OG didn't remove the gyro. I think
Yeah.
they've looked at all this and they've said just like, yeah, I think you guys want us to ban gyro. We're not
That's why.
concerned. Yeah, there you go. If we're just gonna go morph shaker, go ahead, go gyro. You want gyro to my morph shaker? I don't think you do. Watch them gyro.
Good.
Gyro and win. Let's go, Aster.
Dyer get a ban.
Oh, thank God.
Beastmaster.
You didn't believe
Yeah,
it.
dude, there's no way. You do not gyro into morph. Like, it's so bad. It's just better than you,
It's one of those things where you said it so confidently.
Well, I thought it would give them confidence,
Okay.
They need it, but Aster back, their confidence has returned. It's White Album. So
Mm.
that's what they're going for.
5
Another
seconds
good setup
remaining.
here now. Master, obviously, another one of those classic combos. But the thing about this that feels sort of interesting, right, is that I'm worried that they're not going to have enough damage. That's sort of my big concern at this. Like, never really end up doing enough that quickly. I don't know. Also, does this now mean that we're going to have a tiny mid? Or is this tiny four?
Could be tiny, or like OG Thompson, right? For the Morphling.
Okay.
OG Thompson, as in, he's the OG of the mid morph.
Right. I
You know?
gotcha.
Yeah.
It gets a little confusing there with the
I got you. So the thing I was actually curious about was this Beastmaster, because I heard some of the team associates discussing Beastmaster earlier today, actually, and the idea of just like the nerfs that the hero's taken.
10 seconds.
Maybe still a little surprised that he's not seeing a little bit more play.
5
I
seconds
kind of
remaining.
agree, right? Just because like the birds got nerfed a little bit, right? You don't get like as many of the stuns and everything, and like the timings of the talent and everything.
Mm.
But I mean, the aura has been so good like forever, right? And we have all these attack speed buffs with like the tinies and stuff that you might have thought it could have came out so far. Thunder Predator, the only team to play it, and they did lose, and that was also to OG.
Oh, so this is another Beastmaster that OG.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that there's some value added there also with the Weaver bugs, all the minus armor that you can.
10 seconds.
In a way, if OG have this really strong combo that they're trying to
5
hit, right,
seconds
which is the
remaining.
Morph Shaker, Aghanim Scepter, if Aster can come in like sort of underneath that timing, really try and get like a heavy lineup, there's a potential that they could get that going before OG really come online. That feels like it's their best hope now. So I want to see some heavy push from Aster.
Okay, they need the crazy 10th pick, right?
Yeah.
I've got it.
What's that?
It's gonna be a Ricky.
That doesn't sound like
That's the crazy 10th pick from Aster
that
this
sounds
game.
terrible. What are you talking? Well, okay, sell me on the Ricky. I want to hear it. I just don't like Ricky. So
I don't know. I'm trying to think of
a
like
hater.
some like IO combos that got a little bit of spice and sauce and
The silence is nice against the morph.
yeah, you got the silence versus the morphling. It looks like it'd be kind of hard for some of these heroes on OG to track it.
Snipe this.
Well, I know there hasn't been a Ricky, so I'm trying to think of heroes
Okay,
that
got
haven't.
it.
At least I don't think there has. I checked yesterday. Could be wrong,
Radiant's turn to ban.
but they do wind up by. Well, I mean, at this point, you might as well.
Okay,
You're
I
just
guess
like, all
that's
right,
true.
well, I don't know what else you guys might want for a 1.
N ban?
There's still Ursa. Oh yeah, this is Sven.
I don't know.
Oh,
how
they
great
banned the
that
Luna
is.
too, because I was kind of thinking that they banned Brewmaster, which I'm also not sure about that one. That was another thing I was trying to figure out. Is like, why are they banning Brew?
10
Yeah.
And I was thinking they probably want some crazy one hero that like they just want to make sure is always going in the team fights and doesn't get cycloned,
Okay.
which is what kind of led me down the terrible trail of thinking about Ricky. But like Ursa is kind of another classic, right? So it makes me think like maybe
Yeah.
they want like a 10th pick Ursa. That was always a go-to counter. But the lane's like kind of bad, so
You're dead.
That feels like it's always.
You talking to me?
Get out of here.
As long
We
as
don't want to
stay
hear you
positive, we'll
anymore.
win.
Yeah, listen to him.
Dyer's turn to pick.
So the Pango ban is also going to
those bans kind of cover like
everything.
3 players, right? Between
Yeah.
like the Brew and the Pango, I could easily see Seb, Notel, or Soxa play either of those 2 heroes. And that's sort of the question that's happening here, right? Because we don't know like what Soxa is playing necessarily. Is Seb just playing Shaker? Is Thompson playing
Radiant's
AA,
turn to
depending how
pick.
good it looks at the end? Is Thompson playing Skywrath Mage 4? We don't know. It could be anything. It's probably going to be, at this point, it should be Seb Tiny, Thompson Morphling, and they did want the Ursa, so it's not Ricky. I tried, guys, but it's the more obvious with the Brewmaster ban, and no, okay, it'll be Thompson on the Tiny. It's not Sumail.
Are you sure?
Yes, they've chosen.
I didn't see.
Are you sure?
I didn't
Yeah.
see I was wondering if Thompson was going to Sky at the end and for Tiny.
No, I don't think it's quite good enough. Like maybe if
Yeah.
it was some other like really squishy hero that you just blow up, and then it might have some value, but
Ooh.
just go basic here.
IO. We.
Yeah, that's good.
Self. Again, thing that we can mention for anybody that missed this. This is Baboka, but he's also changed his name to Borax now in honor of the late great Jerix.
So you'd think he knows a lot about OG.
So
Yeah, probably some good ideas how they like to play some Dota. What I really appreciate is that this Weaver did stay in the 4 because I think that's the correct way to play it versus this Tiny. I think that's like the role you want to be in. I think a core Weaver suffers pretty heavily versus the Tiny because then there's even more incentive to just blow you up before you have a chance to get off your ulti. And the reason why I was expecting this like Ursa Ricky weird hero is because you kind of know that they're locked into like an IO +1 lane. Like the Gyro is a go-to, the Luna's a good go-to, so OG banned some of the more consistent ones. But historically, your other heroes, that's kind of the pool they've now fallen down into of like Ursa, CK.
key. You just won't let it go.
He's bad, dude.
so
Real bad.
But I like the dart. The dart's a very
Yeah, off-lane Ricky's legit. One Ricky's not legit.
game at number
I just ruined
1.
someone's pub.
You definitely
Yeah,
did.
someone's like, oh, I'm gonna queue up right now.
At Trent Pax.
You know the worst part is
for
that
all
you
your
also buy
promos.
Meteor Hammer, but
Yeah.
it works.
It does.
Yeah, that's the sad part.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
But this game, OG facing off against Aster. Again, a battle for... I think that this is going to be the thing that's really interesting to watch, right? OG came in, game number 1. They did a lot of voice lines, like they're doing right now. But the other thing that they did was they looked incredible. Particularly like that first game of the day that I felt like we watched. Aster really, really didn't. It was a painful day for them, and obviously coming in without their mid player. Now they got him. This is the opportunity. It's like, if you have a bad day in groups, I feel like there's almost no better way to like try and turn it back around than just be like, yeah, it's that other guy, you know, he was the problem.
Yeah,
here.
it's
Exactly.
true. You don't usually have that as a TI team.
Exactly.
Yeah, no one's ever subbed out a player and brought someone else in.
But this is the time.
Yeah.
Will it happen? Will Aster be able to redeem themselves? The crowd is going wild with anticipation.
For both teams.
That's true. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you're always going to cheer for the 2-time TI champions.
30 seconds
G
to battle.
to maintain it now. The other thing that we saw in that last series that we cast of OG was Seb buying 3 crowns, preemptively calling out his shot.
Yes, of course.
He does it again here. Probably not on this.
No triple crown build today, I don't think.
Sad.
I don't think he needs Atos Veil on his Earthshaker.
Sounds. Off to the races we will go. Anything that really stands out is interesting. We've got the Ring of Basilius or the Skywrath itself.
It's a good item.
Like it?
I remember one of the TIs, everyone thought Bassi was bad, and like the first game, OG bought 4 of them, and then everyone was buying Bassi. Probably TI9, because everyone was just copying them. You know, they were more concerned about their games at TI9 than they were at TI8, obviously.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, they're starting to pay more attention. Happen again. So, see, in this mid lane, White Album gonna face off against Topson playing on the Storm Spirit. Well, across all 3 of these lanes, kill potential will be interesting to watch. Obviously, as an Ursa, you can try and put the bully on for Seb and doing a good job of it.
Yeah, I think bottom's very interesting because you have to take the Fisher level 1 as the Earthshaker, right? Because you want to block the wave back and get in a good position. And so they know there's not going to be any sort of like a totem, and that he can't be level 2 having the totem and the Aftershock. So the trades are going to favor Monet for the first 2 levels, but 1 and 2. Only at 3 is there like something else for Seb where he can like actually totem and stun you. So it's very interesting as to like how much of your regen you want to commit as OG, because this is an IO.
Oh,
yeah, I don't know.
Hey, will he go down though? All the regen coming from Lanham, it's not going to be enough, and has the salve going now. So yeah, I mean, I guess the flip side to this is that the wave is it doesn't feel great. That can't feel good as Seb.
No, I wouldn't say so. I feel like he might be rigging that one a little bit. Now come back at level 1. We'll make it in time, of course, for the wave, so it's not the worst deal, but I mean, he was already getting his mana back.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the plus side is that you're able to burn through the salve, but yeah, this is definitely going to be somewhat happy with. Get some of those.
I mean,
he can get this damage on, though. This is deadly. Seb has to be careful. Can't afford to go down now. Will manage to make his escape. That was
5 stacks.
Wow.
He was dead. One more click. Yeah, well, very happy whether he's going to get that back.
Mid. Bar 15, 12, but Topson carrying 2 creeps. Right even there with the Storm Spirit. Oryx, in the meantime, will get a good chunk of damage down to Dota. Has creeps following
he's
him,
level 2, man. This is the Danger Weaver. He's dead. And even Sumail also, like, kind of baiting a little bit there, keeping his low, but Oryx knows better.
Anybody out there that's been missing the memo, Weaver so strong in the support route because of those bugs and just laying down the swarm on top of people. It lowers the armor so quickly, and then you have a choice of, do I get hits or do I kill the bugs on me? And oftentimes the answer is just run away, but it's not quick enough.
Soxa, I see, not super happy with his lanes. Look at this. He's just running at these couriers down bottom. He does. This is, again, we've watched OG several games in a row now, and he does this a lot. He places this deep ward, and he just goes for the courier kills. And that really, really hurts an IO. So the whole point of IO is just buying a bunch of regen and sending it out.
Mid lane, Topson almost brought down White Album there. Getting really close, and instead, oh my god, it's just a deny
He's
there.
just suiciding. Yeah, we're good.
Fine. Topson chasing White Album. Looking for that rune. He has another round of toss. He got him.
You go.
Pull back though. And White Album gets healed back up by Lana, making the rotation, and now Topson gonna fall. Was it worth it? Oh, but he's getting hit by those little freaking Ghoul Assassins. They're the worst. Oh, he salved during it.
Oh, salving during Ghoul Assassins.
Dude, the envenomed weapon.
This guy's still sick.
Yeah. So it reduces the regen so much. Oh, that's unfortunate.
So he's trying like highly over. Wait, what? What's on here?
Well, nonetheless, they're still gonna have the water runes, so that will keep it back up. Out of the early gate, nothing really to write home about. Obviously, the Topson death, not what you see. Fans, but still going to be fine on this tiny. Hey, trading some hits there with Seb. The jump away. Right clicks down and forced back. Still only level 3 on this Ursa. Seb, after that initial pressure, has been able to have a nice time in this bot lane.
Yeah, part of that from Soxa like running away, right?
Oh, chance, opportunity, power. Not gonna...
Really good timings on these slows from Soxa. It's like finding that perfect moment where like draws them in deep enough that it's like ruining the lane equilibrium, and then he gets the slow so they don't get the finish on the kill. Then Seb can just retreat back, heal up, and hope for this wave to push back out. Unfortunately, this time not getting it. And Soxa, he actually got that courier. Man, keeps on sniping them down there, just barely. No.
Oh
no,
my God!
No.
What?
Oh, he got the miss.
Oh, he had that one. Sumail, Aced. Do they have enough there? It doesn't look like it. They'll be able to get out of there with Sumail. Obviously, heals back up, has the stick charges once he's down to full ad.
I was thinking, Lanham's got to send out a sentry, right? Like, and he has one, but unfortunately, of course, his courier's dead, and by the time it comes out, the ward's going to be dead. So if he sentries this blank hill, I'm just going to be defeated.
Yeah. Good.
Nice silence.
Lots of damage, amped up. Jason down onto Seb. Another round. Dude,
White
he's
Album.
playing this so safe. White Album, Monet, he's alive on nothing.
brutal.
40 HP. The chase down comes.
真是百合的
That is a 6-0 start for Aster.
Oh, man. Puck players and Storm players, if you get too close to the tower, they are just so hungry for that rotation. Storm usually is like lacking on the mana. It's a bit easier for the Puck players, but finding an opportunity like that is so good for a Storm this early in the game.
Had Sakuchi, but Sumail playing very close with his HP. So in spite of the 6-kill lead, Aster ahead of OG in that regard, they're still doing quite well in terms of net worth, it feels. No-Tail gives a little tip after getting the D ward. God. There's some great voice line chat going on. Aster, they're not backing down from it.
Don't get too distracted now. And make sure you're still playing some Dota when you're playing the mental warfare here. Soxa going for another good ward here. Like, he's not trying to like hide them in crazy places, just, you know, a pillar ward. Might have been spotted because of that ward there from Aster, and now he wants to go for a kill.
Album realized.
Yeah, I mean, he has the wards. We knows he's lurking in that area somewhere. He might not be sure if he's rotated out, and Borax is going to go have a look. Oh, well, there he is on the ward anyway, so now they're well aware.
So good from Aster. I mean, this is an entirely different team that we saw yesterday. Like,
Stupendous!
I don't remember who it was that we were watching, but they didn't even look like it was on victory. This time around, net worths are even. It feels like they're making the good rotations.
Can't handle this deluge.
G, come up with some answers. No, not the end of the world. Where I think a lot of people were expecting this to go. It's actually going to be.
Yeah, a lot of that will just be continuing to keep the snowball moving for the Ursa, right? Top of the net worth, has the IO in play this game, so that usually means that we're going to be playing around the first Roche and then relocate ganks. Well, speaking of ganks,
He tries to do it. Thompson looking for the toss back. Can he find it? Not quite quick enough. That was a 4-hero rotation bottom, trying to find a kill. To be able to get it. Sumail now. Taking that self from XXS.
just free damage, right? Absolutely worked into right there.
Silence. Oh, they baited out the avalanche. Thought he was going to zip in. Nicely played by White Album to recognize the day. Meanwhile, up top, continuing to go in on Sumail. They've got him fully boxed in. Has the bugs on him. Relocate afterwards. The net, they caught him. Oh, nicely played. The bug stays no matter where you go. And Sumail, he's going to fall. Dude, that Helm of the Dominator creep, that was some good stuff. But in the meantime, Thompson going to be able to claim this tier 1 tower mid. So, nothing free. Playing against OG.
Yeah, but at least, you know, they will indeed get that top tower and perhaps could make a rotation through the jungle, right? Like, this is now XXS's home, as Seb will also get it with a TP. Beastmasters, they like to play in a very specific area. You know, we've been showing some heat maps today. I'm sure in like 10 minutes, the Beastmaster heat map is going to be basically just top, right?
Yes.
Unless they want to get like really active in defenses on that bottom and mid lane. Speaking of, man, look where Thompson's playing. He always takes these deep curves It means that he's late for ganks sometimes, but this is why he gets solo kills sometimes, you know? He doesn't do like the straight beeline.
As long as we stay positive.
And now he's in a strange spot because of this.
Yeah, well, that's what's funny about this. I mean, they might be able to make something happen. They hit onto Thompson, realize he's there.
Look at this
Now
guy.
get the vision.
Look
have
at
a
this
toss.
guy.
Well played.
The angles, man.
That was very well done.
He's just way out there on the curve. They don't see it coming. It's costly because if he doesn't get that kill, he's not farming during that time period. And this is partially why we've seen him falling further down the net worth chart than we're used to for Thompson. But they're allocating way more of their farm towards like Sumail in these games, but not so much this game because he connects in it with some help on that gank and mostly just been hitting creeps in this one.
What he needs to do. I think that if we're sort of thinking about sort of the macro way that this game is going to play out, talk about the Beastmaster staying up top. Is there sort of a similar hero that you see from OG? Because like Seb, I feel like kind of just wants to farm to get his items, but
yeah, that's the problem with Shaker, right? Is that if your lane doesn't go so well, I mean, his was like okay, just like an average lane.
Yeah.
Shaker still has that issue of like, I'm gonna be down here for the next like 6 minutes.
Right.
The best thing you can do to help your Earth Shaker is take towers, right? Because it gives him more space to farm and it gives him some gold.
Radiant's bottom tower is
already taking mid, definitely highlight, and the rest of the OG going to group together now to take this bottom tier tower. Well, there is a catapult mid for Aster.
is under attack.
Looks like they're going to try and pressure this one with that.
To take the plunge.
Question is, will there be a rotation from OG? There's already an Ice Blast flowing out. Yeah, mass rotations head over this way. 4X recognizing the back out.
Radiant fortified their structures.
Stick around a little bit too long. We got White Album in the area too. Moves on in, finds him there, pull back, couple right clicks, goes through. That dude, he's done. Eventually. Wait, mid. Oh. Quick blow up there. Borax got caught. It happens in a second. That's all it takes.
I mean, that's a dangerous support too. Very reminiscent of how LGD were playing before with, what was theirs? Sky Clock? Yeah, so harder for the stuns, sure, but equally as deadly in terms of damage. And like we said, XSS occupying some territory up here. Annex control over the dire jungle, turning into Aster's turf. But likewise, you know, maybe we'll see OG make a rotation in that bottom lane, but if they do, there's a lot of Aster heroes there right now. They feel confident enough to perhaps go towards the dire triangle.
You know, I want to see really how this game plays out over the next couple of minutes too, because these types of moves that you're talking about, heading into this triangle, if they go for it, or just you know the getting the Helm of the Overlord online for that Beastmaster. This is what I expected to be the tempo of this TI, of like pressing down towers, constantly pushing. And
Bottom tower
I haven't really seen it yet, but this is the game where they need to do it.
It's really interesting how Aster just played that though. They TP'd into the bottom jungle, right? And they were all together. I thought they were going to smoke. There's like 4 heroes there, but in reality, they were just helping to cover the runes. They sent an illusion top to look. They went bottom with the storm. He gets the arcane rune, and you know, storm players, they're very keen on runes. It's like how you play this hero, right? Because you essentially need the power runes to try and accelerate yourself to that first item, because all you have is movement and like a puny little stun. Then you got like a ton of damage. But you need that extra mana from the rune, and of course you also just need that little bit of oomph to your team fight.
It's going to be another smoke up now coming. Thompson, Oxa going together in the top. They're going to run into 3 heroes, as it looks like. Or to the side, a jump in, White Album there, and the relocate afterwards. They get the stun. Avatos, is it enough? No! Storm able to back out of that one, stay alive, and well, they're going to not quite manage to catch onto the Sky. But still, a big kill onto Thompson.
Yeah, and Borax, he can help split and share the Skywrath Mage ulti, and then he can just ulti after himself, the time lapse. Yeah, it's like he medicked up his buddy, and then he just goes back to full HP.
And this is going to... Yeah. Big plays here for Aster.
All right, but it is Seb's time, right? He has the blink. Okay, prepared. Question is, do they feel confident to do something about it? And well, they're gonna be too late either way. They actually, interesting, they smoke up No-Tail and Soxa, and they split. Soxa goes bottom, No-Tail goes top. So No-Tail is like, kind of like fake covering over his Earthshaker, right? While smoked up, so he can dodge the vision from the Beastmaster. So the Beastmaster they know that he's gonna see the Shaker, but No-Tail will be hidden. And that's what they're doing with the Sky now too. They're essentially trying to bait Aster in using the advanced vision of the Beastmaster. Very clever.
Will it work though? I'm not sure.
They're just sitting under the Hawk smoked,
Yeah.
letting them know it's there.
Yeah.
And now you leave without killing the Hawk, so they're trying to bait them. Like they feel safe right now on Aster. Will they actually get punished is the question.
It doesn't look like it.
No.
I think that OG is realizing that even with the sort of vision advantage that they had in that instance, if they're together, it's so hard to find a disaster lineup.
I mean, it's just so smart not to kill that bird, though. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
So many people just kill that bird, and then that ward's just gone.
True enough.
There's no value there.
Well, they do almost have this Helm of the Overlord now, and a 3,000 gold lead for Aster. I don't know. Like, the combination of what Aster has at this point in time, and, like, OG, they went for a Dragonlance on Sumail.
It's almost there, sir.
Yeah, like, I really feel like...
Is this one of those games where the Helm of the Overlord comes out and the creep never dies and Aster wins?
I think that's what's maybe going to happen here.
It feels like one of those games.
Hops in, jumps in.
well,
So by next,
he's
this
dead.
is the perfect play if they can get it in time. But the relocate coming in. They find Seb, tries to blow him up. Oh, but the blow up! Monet ends up falling. Seb takes him down, and the relocate. Is he going to come back in time? Lenab gets pulled away, and now Monet, he's a sad bear all alone. Run away, Panda. You got nowhere to go. The avalanche, the toss, the control. It was supposed to be so good.
You know that cosmetic on the bear with the little one on the back? You know his name's Little Dipper?
Oh.
You know who the Little Dipper was there?
Who's
that was Lanham.
Oh,
Because he's
no.
he dipped out.
Yeah, he did.
I see ya.
Oh man, that was rough. Because again, it was all coalescing together. Like, you've got freaking Sumail at this point, who's gone like Falcon Blade Dragonlance. He's now getting towards that Aghanim Scepter, but think about how strong that timing would have been with Aegis from Aster. And OG, they just take perfect. They take advantage of just a mistake and punish very, very well.
Oh, it's a good reveal for the Blink Dagger, that's for sure.
Oh
Good
yeah.
first fight for Seb. And now moving towards the Aghanim Scepter. OG certainly getting one good fight. And what else do they need here? More Seb plays, more support smoke ups. Always going to be good. Assuming that Aster are probably just going to try and start grouping up a little bit with said Helm of the Overlord.
So the big question I have, when this Aghanim Scepter comes out from Sumail, that we know it's on its way. Actually, no, went for the Manta instead.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's an Orchid on the Storm, so...
Yeah, he has to do this.
Yeah, doesn't have a defensive support, really. Would have to count on just, like, Fishers, and then the Fishers end up being too defensive, and you don't have them for the turn. Team fight, that is.
I mean, maybe the Skywrath Mage makes up for it. Like, I always think about, like, Dwarf Shaker just being the crazy, strong, impossible thing to deal with. But...
Oh, it'll come later.
Right.
We'll get there.
Seb, good jump away. Looking for No Tail now. Not finding him. Dukes jives. Gets away. And No Tail's like, guys.
No Tail wants to fight. They have creep vision.
Okay. Ice Blast. Ooh. Almost called his mark there with the You're Dead, but couldn't quite get it in time.
The Ancient Granite Golem. Finally found himself an Ancient Creep. They kept killing them all. The XSS couldn't get one. Now he is equipped and was setting him in.
He's
miss me.
up there. Good jump from Aster, and with the big
这
creep,
么菜，你的队友不会
now
生气
able
吧
to move in and take over the outpost again.
miss?
There's definitely some potential here. Some Deathball Dota.
He's under pressure.
White Album takes the deep, backs away,
There you go.
but they catch, they kill.
As long as we stay positive.
You know what happens when you get Sumail Storm Spirit? It's dangerous.
Drowning.
Version.
Not quite as scary.
No, well, you know. 10-6. Still just that 2,000 gold separating the two rosters. And Aster kind of stalling out.
Radiant's bottom tower
Last few minutes waiting
faces
for that
a stiff
BKB on
wind.
Monet.
Yeah, it gets a little awkward too once you've like taken some of the towers, because like it feels like moving to the area isn't as valuable. But you're shutting down the farm of OG. Sure, you're not gaining as much, but you know, compare to your enemy, comparatively, of course, you're doing better. You're gaining more. They're not getting as much. You're losing a hero. Oh,
That was supposed
that
to go.
hood.
Yeah.
Jeez, I am really surprised that saved him.
And again,
Another
another
like
instance.
just enough.
Like all this vision that's down from OG. Tip there.
That's kind of a crazy hood buy.
Yeah.
Over a mech? That's some big brain stuff there from Lana.
So much magical damage. Thompson tosses back. XXS gets hit. Chase down now. They have the defusal blade. Thompson trying to TP out. Is it going to be in time? No.
生气吧，哥哥。
Aster find themselves kill to hold.
That was a bold.
Yeah.
Thompson's really believing in the the
I mean-
armor, I guess, you know.
There's nowhere else to go, but yeah, it's a rough one. So yeah, I'm still wondering when this Ags comes out. Like, I really feel like Aster need to hit this timing when the BKB comes out on the Ursa. They want to try and shut this one down. Like, if he gets that Aghanims, how dangerous of a timing is that for OG?
On the Ursa, like, eventually?
No, on the Morphling.
Oh, sorry, I was a little
Ag
confused. Yeah,
Shaker.
sorry. I mean, yeah, that's like their big timing, I would say. Like, that's pretty much all they're playing for at this point on OG is the Aghanims. They're just like stalling out. I was just gonna say that the thing that's most surprising to me right now is that the least active hero has actually been Borax. Right? Like he's 1, 1, and 2. As you know, he kind of showed up for like a little bit of the map movements and stuff, but a lot of his game has been spent just like down here pushing out this dead lane and you know, trying to limit the amount of kills that OG can get. Very interesting though, and does have the Spirit Vessel. Also took the Tome there too, and is considering that Aghanims as well because we have the AA, we have the Sky. You know that Ags is a ton of burst damage. You can catch someone after the initial burst, and like you know halfway through the big combos between the Tiny and the Sky. That's completely fight and game winning.
That was a difficult bugger knotter if they saw what was going on, but the jump to Thompson's not going to connect. Now looking for Seb, now looking for No Tail, now looking for a way out, and he is gone! White Album overextending, but now the turn, they take down Seb. Lena living on absolutely nothing. Yo, that pipe keeping him alive. XXS trying to back away. Avatar yet again. Waveform through in some trouble. And they got him caught for the kill. And well, the bugs, it's going to be enough for the right click down. Otail appreciating what Sumail is doing here in this game.
I love Big Bull.
That's pretty good.
菜的队友不会生气吧，哥哥？
It's a love-hate relationship.
Oh man.
That is a that's a Storm Spirit play right there. Going in like that, like when you don't have well, here's the thing, he actually does have good vision forward right now, right?
Yeah.
That's the
Radiant's
issue.
middle tower is under attack.
It again is one of those instances where, like, you know, we talk about Rubik all the time, but
Yeah,
Sumail there
yeah.
switching into the Weaver and getting the bugs on it, it's devastating.
It's probably his best copy this game, right? Yeah, I think it probably is. Shikuchi and having the minus armor. That's a pretty tough one to beat.
Obviously, once the Aghanim Scepter comes out, there's going to be the transformation into Seb that they can work with.
Yeah. That, you know, later, that one's obviously very, very good. But until there's an Aghanims,
Yeah.
we're only working on enemies. But yeah, so those sort of jump-ins should not happen when you have a Weaver in a business. I would consider that to be a pretty big problem. I think that he might feel some pressure and maybe a little bit of safety doing it because they have these potential for relocates, either relocating himself out theoretically, but more than likely getting some additional coverage by relocating the Ursa in. But he was completely out of mana when he stunned that. It's like, what's the point at that state of the game?
Quick jump from Ney. Finds No Tail. Ebb has the Echo. 15 seconds. Minted the Aghanim Scepter, so Sumail does eventually get that item. This is really start turning, and he has it. He's got it.
Yeah,
All right.
This is the timing. We're there.
God, I feel like
And he has Essence Ring 2 on the Shaker. That makes this so much better. Because the main problem is that sometimes the Shaker has trouble keeping up with the Morphling, and if he tries to play too close to the Morphling, then the Shaker dies. But Essence Ring, being a core, having the Strength Treads, he is like 2600 HP right now.
incredibly
Sorry,
hard to kill him.
2700. My bad.
And I think like this is the big thing is I felt like Aster needed to get more done, but this combo, this timing that comes out with a Morph Shaker, it's just, it feels so impossible to fight against. We'll see if
Radiant
Aster
are
can do it.
scanning for
They've been
enemies.
playing well so far. Make sure they execute. Possibly take out Seb first or find a way to blow up himself open to it, but DD Rune spawns bottom. Oh man.
we saw that timing that Thompson had on his items too, and like where he started gold-wise, and look where he is now. Like they clearly have a very good definition of how they want to play Dota. We discussed this the last time with the OG, but like Thompson has lost a ton of priority in terms of farm. They're giving way more to Sumail and Seb out of his pocket without really impacting the supports too much. Except no tail this game. So you know, go dig up some bounties if you want some gold. I don't know. Get your trusty shovel out. Can I get a hit no tail? Oh, let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, you got the gold.
Nailed it. Perfect.
That's a good sign. You're gonna win the next team fight whenever you dig up a bounty.
Got it. Wait. He's still sitting pretty. Punch from Roche for no reason. That's fine. But have an opportunity to take this fight if they want with the D. Ursa, BKB done. Talking about.
Oh, he'll put Morphling Shard too.
Oh, yeah.
I love how they just go in and punch Roche and bring him out.
Is under attack.
It's gonna. I feel like they can kind of just go in and do this. And like, what do you do if you're Aster at this point? They're gonna send in the Hawk. They're gonna see this. White Album is on the other side of the map and
Seb?
still not showing up.
That was a little crazy.
Yeah.
He's teasing them.
No. Toss back. Success and some trouble. Now the turn onto Thompson. Trying to jump, trying to go for the kill, but it's not enough. Now White Album jumps in, trying to control, seeing if they can kill him off. They have to fireball down everything for Seb, and he will eventually fall. And now, Monet, he killed Sumail.
They made some mistakes.
Dead for 60 seconds, no buyback.
Yeah, he got organed. That zip through was perfectly timed by White Album. And you do not want to fight this right now as Aster. They need to back up a little bit, recuperate, get everything back, because a lot of the tools from OG are gone, and most importantly, the Morphling is too. So just don't fight them in the pit.
40 seconds.
Use your
Sumail.
heroes. Find the vision.
That's all they need. Suddenly a 5,000 gold lead. And
Correct,
supposed to be the moment,
why?
but he jumps in and gets caught and gets killed. He has buyback. Time lapse is back in for the fight. He used a good jump on him, but now if you start losing here, this is where things start to look bad. The roar comes out, able to connect. Borax runs in, no buyback for him. White Album tries to take down Seb and will get that finish. So this opens up Roche.
Borax is a genius. He wanted to die there for the buyback time lapse in. I mean, it works out because they get the kill on Seb after.
Yeah.
But that was absolutely terrifying.
Immortality.
A little bit risky. So they'll take it.
Relocate now. They
down
find
to
Saksa, able to catch him. And they find themselves another kill. Monet laughing away at this one. And again, like, think about how much of a difference it makes. Like that Orchid timing, like you were talking about, White Album coming in after having to play, you know, got freaking sick and now is back on the field. That's what you want to see. 8,000 gold lead from Aster.
And you got to imagine the difference between like, I can't play today and I can play today is, it's not that huge. I feel like he's probably, you know, not at 100% quite yet. You know, I mean, like obviously he wants to play so badly that I'm sure he was probably just like quite literally not allowed to play yesterday or something.
All right.
Like doctor's orders to like now be in here performing this well is just ridiculous. The dedication.
7,000 gold lead, and the vision game is where it feels like OG need to be incredibly careful here. Right? These Hawks, it's a death sentence if they find you. Borax spots. All right, some more illusions. They do a lot of damage. Well, that's, oh my god, he has the time lapse. Run away, Borax. That's for somebody else to try and battle. But this is the combo still. OG, they flubbed it last time, but this is what you're looking for. This is what they built the draft around.
The Ice Climbers are here.
Okay.
And then Popo.
Jump. Finds him. They ran through it. Now it's some trouble. White Album just jumps in and finds for the kill.
Radiant's middle tower is
Man, Seb is just like, he doesn't have the Manta, you know? Sumail's like, I cannot play Dota without a Manta or a Dispel. And Seb's like, I have to go Blink Eggs. It's my only choice for the team. And it is hurting him greatly. It's not letting Sumail play.
Yeah.
Right? They're not utilizing this combo at all. They're just breaking it up.
Now you've got this incredibly strong push.
You know, that's also how you beat Ice Climbers. Anyway, sorry, continue.
The other thing that I'll mention is, like, you know, Monet has been a pretty standout player in this game, playing on this Ursa. You think back to like, you know, TI7 time when he was playing with LFY, he was this hot new up and coming player and, you know, kind of got eclipsed by a lot of the young superstars out of China, and now finally getting the chance to really show his stuff after a full year and a bit hiatus. This is the player that we were all hoping he could eventually be, and looking pretty good here in this game number 1.
Invis here as well. Sentry down, knows he's safe.
Adam, you're gonna come after my buddy. Monet's coming for you. Right clicks come through and they take down Thompson.
That is not worth. Yeah. And that already looks scary because it's like an Ursa with an Aegis, so like...
They're still going. Oh, they're jumping though, Seb, he found him! Extra Test didn't get a chance. Waveform through. White Album pulls back onto Seb. They need to kill him, they need to bring him down. Lanam, they try and jump away, and they will finish him off. Sumail still has some duration left on this one. And they find the bash. Monet, godlike. A haste rune spawns in the river to try and chase down for Sumail.
They have the vision
Sumail
too.
has to run.
They know where he's going.
Oh, it's deadly. A very timely haste rune, and Sumail just hoping to get out of dodge. And they will finally manage to escape, it looks like.
Oh, well, you say that. White Album's nearby.
Oh, God. Is he
So
going to find
the
him?
Manta, so now he's good. He's good. He's out of there. A little bit scary in there, but, you know, Seb, he goes in, he gets that big Echo Slam, but there was still Whiteout.
Yeah.
He just gets orchided after. That's the end. And the real issue is that he's dying so often that he can't progress on his itemization, so he picks up a Ghost Scepter, but that doesn't really solve the problem. I feel like he would have preferred, like, you know, maybe a Lotus, maybe that Lincoln's that he's got queued up, but he got stuck at, like, the little tiny in-between item to see if he can survive a bit longer.
That's what you need to do at this point, but it's just, it's really hard. I don't know, I guess that they still need him for that initiation, but I would love the idea of just like him hiding back and Elaine Sumail be the one that goes in. He kind of has to be the one to go, yes.
And one of the scariest things to have to do in Dota is to buy a gem in this situation. No Tail buys one. They're down 10k right now, but it's been a little bit brutal from the Hawks and everything. So they have to try and get some control back over their own territory and ensure that that zip and that potential for White Album, they need to bring back to like bad zip Storm Spirit. Not these good zips using the vision and getting those perfect silences off. And here comes one of those Hawks. It's actually, that's pretty cool that it just dies right to the Ice Vortex, right? With the Shard.
Oh, yeah.
On No Tail. That's a really good tool versus Beastmaster.
And again, the big thing that they've been doing constantly, I think, trying to sort of ignore Monet while Aegis is on. Now, the Aegis down, there's an opportunity here. That being said, Monet does have the Abyssal Blade done. He's got BKB. This Ursa is very hard to deal with. 4,000 gold ahead of the Morph. I think the Abyssal Blade is the biggest one. And they also almost have the Agnum Scepter now on the...
Yeah, if he gets Abyssal, is there anything? Probably, yeah, there's a 4-staff on Soxa. Maybe, a potential future one for No Tail too. I like that decision. I think he has to go for it.
Fire that.
That is definitely the way to go, yeah. Wants a Scotty, though. Morphling matchup, that's also fair.
Yeah, that's a good point. Monet. Rocking the Orbit Corrosion, but it's Aster that are trying to go for the suffocation play, take away their farm, take down objectives, and most importantly for Aster, try and secure that next Roche when it comes up. Still a minute and a half away. This does give some time for OG to pressure out on the map. This tier 2 tower down bottom, take a beat.
And the Twitch chat goes wild for Aster.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone please. That they're showing up here. Okay, a few cheers for OG as well. Now, this is our little battle back and forth you see here, but at the top you can see it's much larger for Aster. So, got more Aster fans here, clearly.
Okay. Differential. 1 to 13. Storyline, I think, of this game so far has really been just the failure to execute on this Morph Shaker combo, and Aster really being the ones to play around the strength of Monet and White Album, hitting some very clutch interrupts.
I would envision this as like OG kind of look like a bunch of little kids trying to get a ball into a hoop, and White Album's just like jumping up and slamming them down. Like he's like 7 feet tall, just like smacking big blocks on kids. These huge Orchid plays.
That.
Yeah.
But Thompson Get some bugs on him. Oh, they know. Jump in. Over to the side. Monet found him. Seb's dead again. Now the chase. Thompson in some trouble. Fusel there. They're going to buy back now on Seb. And that signals Aster walk away. Oh, gee. They want to chase. They want something here. I don't think they're going to get it.
Just get orchided over and over and over again. You think, all right, so I'll get myself a Ghost Scepter. Abyssal, dead. It's like, all right, well, there's no winning here, clearly.
What are you going to do?
I love how he's the Abyssal right into the silence, too. Gotta find ourselves a new neutral item here.
Oh, yeah, the Mind Breaker. Yeah, that's devastating. There's nowhere to go. But buyback's certainly going to hurt. I don't know, can Thompson be the one that goes in first? I guess that fight was different because like things got a little bit weird right at the start. They were revealed on a Hawk. Just like as soon as they saw Seb, they're like, we can go. But
as long as we stay positive.
Yeah, I don't know. Thompson needs a bit more. He wants this Silver Edge.
Yeah.
He just needs like something else for a little bit more damage. But one of the issues with his game is that he doesn't have the accelerator at all. You know, he has the magic acceleration because, you know, or at least amplification. Thanks to the help of the Ancient Seal from the Skywrath Mage. But he doesn't have enough power, doesn't have enough Bloodlust. This is not the same Tiny that we've been seeing in a lot of our matches. There's no Lycan for the Wolf fight.
as soon as they've sort of crossed that threshold of damage, it means Thompson's not able to get that immediate elimination. And even when he did, we think about that fight where, you know, took out Lenham right at the start. When they just turned around, it's like, all right, well, I'm going to kill you then. There's nothing left in the tank.
They have a double Force Staff now, though, so harder to get these kills, be it Orchid or Abyssal. Maybe the two supports can help out and save Seb, and he might be able to get like the Re-Goose play back into the engagement, try and turn things. What we need then at that point for the stack of the team fighting the spells is we need the Aghanim Scepter on the Weaver. Yes. Again, another thing that can really break up the flow of a team fight into a large surprise.
But are they going to be able to get this one in time? There's vision around this area, and
Roji not have Sentry.
I mean, I guess not. There's, oh god, he got bashed by Roche, and they go at the same time on Seb. When they tries to get him, Ghost Scepter out. White Album focusing onto one. And it looks like they will eventually kill Soxa here, most likely. White Album, Abatos down low. They can't get on top of that freaking storm. Soxa down low and will die to the 4. They still can't get it. So they have to buy back. They lose no till, but they will kill White Album. Much needed. But now in some trouble. Exodus gets turned on, gets exploded. Sumail, BKB out. Now turning on the Lenham, taking him down as well. Monet, Angry Bear, but the Enrage does it up. He's going against them all on his own. And now the rest of the team buys back, gets in the fight, takes down Sumail to boot.
Yo, let's go.
Monet is the legend, and Borax makes the plays.
He just followed Seb that whole fight. Like, Seb had gone on, as you know, to the very beginning, and he tried to loop back around up into his own side of the jungle, and Borax just, he got a bug on him in the Roche pit. Again, thanks to that one Hawk, which spotted so much around Roche, and then he just got stalked by Borax, and he couldn't play, right? Like, what are you going to do as an Earthshake when this happens? So that initial Hawk, as you can see, not spotted, right?
Yeah.
That's what gives them the jump off the bash. Up top, you see them hop onto Seb. And then our first victim here, man, I tell you, invisibility has really been the invincibility today in a lot of our games. But Sumail, not able to land that combo, obviously, just a little bit too late. Kind of shows the nerfs that have happened to this build, right, over time.
It's true.
It's not quite as devastating as it was. And as you can see, there's actually pings from Seb. He's pinging his own hero during that, just like, guys, please, help. I can't do anything right now. This Weaver's just on me.
Yeah. Needed that help, and there was nowhere. I mean, the fight had spread out too far by that point. Now, Tier 3 Tower going to get taken down. Aster, after an incredibly disappointing day number 1, are coming in and trying to take down OG, the 2-time TI champions. And they're looking to secure this. OG need to come up with some answers. They've still got Aegis, Cheese on the IO, Refresher on the Weaver. It's going to be at least 2 sets of racks, it looks like, or at least the Tier 3 tower. No, okay, they're backing, they're backing. OG, can they punish? Can they chase?
I don't think they can without Seb.
Okay.
I think they'll be happy to go back and get up their neutral items here. Tier 4 available. 38.5 minutes after that big fight. They had more important things to do than farm the jungle. So now they go back and collect these items. We'll get a couple better items here for some of these heroes. I'm looking for Monet specifically. I feel like he doesn't really need the Mindbreaker anymore.
That's a good one.
This item. To edge, that could be kind of hype. Oh, Like I willed it to be.
Penta edge is
My
there.
God.
Mr. Cloak coming out as well. OG in the meantime. Again, if they can find that big fight, this is the combo. God, look at that damage differential.
Yeah, and now he has a Penta X and just
Yeah.
pass it up to him. Oh, neutral items. Amazing.
All OG need is that one fight, though.
Oh, the
This
Hawk.
is a lineup that can do it, but will it happen?
Now, they still have the gem, but mind you, the AoE's not that low. And it's still on no-tail, which is pretty scary.
He gets found at all. It's that butter. Yeah, the fights just feel really tough. Like, they really don't have an answer for Monet.
Dire are
This Ursa
standing
pick
for
was
enemy.
absolutely superb. And now they're trying to herd OG around the map. No tail, didn't get hit with the bugs, can maybe hide away. Oh! X-Smart spot again, Borax goes down. That's the play that they needed. You lose Soxa for it though. But can they still take this fight without him? Jumps in, Monet catches on to No Tail, it's Gem on the ground, looking for more. They find anybody else looking, jump in. Abyssal Blade turns down to Sumail. Abyssal's one, tries to kill the other, and Sumail falls. Triple kill for Monet. This is the slowest beatdown that we've seen in a while. Doesn't quite manage to find that bash.
Oh my God, it was the tether stun. I could not figure out what happened to Sumail. I was like, what just interrupted all that? But the shard, it's so sneaky the way it operates in this specific scenario because like the way that they're trying to jump in there with Sumail and Seb, right? They're essentially doomed to be in that tether. Right, and it's like breaking up. It's such a like finesse combo. You're trying to get like that perfect wobble situation where they're just like stunned, 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 but they can't do it. Look at this. Like that comes in and it's just like, oh, now you get stunned out. Yeah,
I mean, look at for everybody that's been around for a while. Normally we talk about like if you haven't been in Dota for a while, but people might remember this from back in the day. This is the new answer to Morph Shaker. Just get an IO, get a shard,
just get tether stun. Apparently,
they end up stunning themselves.
They do the work for you. That's great.
Oh man, what a flub. That one hurts.
Is under attack.
41 minutes in, and Aster with a sneaky pickup. Atlanta, this guy's been around forever. He knew what he needed to get. That's amazing.
There's nothing better than the shards that don't give you another button but are really good. You know?
Exactly.
I don't have anything else to worry about right now. Just gonna do my normal stuff.
God, what a play.
Oh, Timeless Relic? Nice.
That's unbelievable.
Oh, I don't even know who's gonna want that.
Good for IO. Oh, and now Aster, 96% win probability, according to Dota 2, but things looking quite good for them. With Aegis still in hand for, well, actually about to be reclaimed. G gonna try and hit this timing. I know it. Oh, the BKB though, but the Ghost Scepter. Good reaction. Looking for a secondary stun. Jump in afterwards. Thompson, Abba, toss. A-Blast comes in though, and there's the echo, but he got stunned again! Monet tries to turn, hoping to do something at all here. They've already lost the storm. This fight looking okay for OG at the moment.
Sox is still alive somehow.
Again, chasing, waveform. XXS gets caught, gets chased, still invis, but they get the vision. And eventually, they're gonna find the beatdown as they take down 3. This was the fight OG were waiting for.
IO, Storm, and Beastmaster. Still a giant lead, of course, for Aster. You know, you can't get too far ahead of yourselves, but it proves that there is a chance now for OG. Have an opportunity. And you know that's the case whenever there's Morph Shaker. I believe Thompson's fine here.
Well, we will see. He's thinking about going. I mean, he knew. So
he did not know. I don't think.
he didn't know about Monet, but he didn't know.
Yeah.
He didn't know about, at least the chase down.
He thought Sumail, like, could come in, they could bait his death. Now, Sumail, he's the pressure. He wants to try and turn this. Does he overpower onto the Morph? Seb's coming too.
Spirit Vessel already.
Now he can copy the Shaker.
Has to be careful. Borax in trouble, and Borax
They're
is gonna
dropping.
fall. One by one. They're getting a little bit too big for the britches here on the Aster lineup.
Now, they still have a 2 Zedarax lead, so that's pretty good, right? You had 2 lanes, always going to be pushing a little bit in your favor on the side of the Aster, so like these wipes don't hurt quite as much as when you have this big lead without a Rax. But it's all just little stepping stones, right? They're going up the stairs. They're trying to fall back down any stairs throughout the rest of this journey, but it's a steady ascension back to an even game, because the issue is that OG are still in the basement. They got to find themselves to the level ground, which in Europe is 0, and I find that confusing. But it actually makes more sense.
That's true.
When you think about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so maybe the rest of the world could just do that too.
That sounds great.
Probably, and you know what? I say Europe, it's probably not North America, but we think we're the center of the universe,
Dude,
not
so
just
good.
the world. So
They're unraveling.
Yeah.
You found the moment, and you know who else have found the moment? OG here.
And there's the segue.
They
Perfect.
have done. I mean, again, this is like the comeback team, right? The lineup that's done it time and again. Right now, they're putting the game. It feels like in Sumail's hands. That's sort of been the point of. It feels like their entire group stage. Give him whatever they can.
Well, they're trying to give Seb level 25 here.
Player comparison for the moment. He has definitely been given the higher priority, but I will say that I feel like White Album has had a couple more of those more standout moments.
Oh yeah, 100%. Sumail is he's slowly getting there. Every item makes it just so much easier for Sumail, right? Because you know it's a struggle with like everything they're playing versus, and Seb's having some itemization issues because he obviously like has a harder time farming compared to the Morphling. He's still struggling to progress past his items. He at least has that Lincoln's now. But Sumail can pick and choose a little bit easier into ways to catch back in. And wow, that is a very late Roche spawn. That is really good news for OG and the OG fans. That's where you guys need to like make the crowd thing happen.
Cheers.
Because you got a late Roche spawn. I don't know how it works. I haven't looked yet, but I'm sure you guys will figure it out.
Series of events. I will say too now, you've got the Satanic done for the Morphling. You've got a way to dispel there, multiple ways to dispel. This could be scary. Jump in, done. No fourth staff reaction. They can't get there in time. Monet pops the BKB, turns on to Thompson. He's blown up.
Instant buyback.
They know that they need to be here. But again, it's a long Roche spawn.
Wow, I can't believe all these OG fans are dying when they just lost 2 heroes. That's so weird. Like, why are they cheering like crazy? These are really sadistic fans.
Dude, he baited it so hard right there. Oh, man. Well, 18,000 gold. More importantly, the buyback status that we're sitting at right now. Got 4 ready for Radiant. Only No Tail available with the buyback. Get closer and closer to this Roche fight. So much.
Like, who goes in first right now for OG? Like, how do you figure out what's happening over here, you know? This is not an easy situation. They are blind. You go to their vid, they don't see anything.
Yeah.
You go to the vid on Aster, they see everything. They see like the entirety of the middle of this map.
Uh-oh. Thompson, he gets jumped on right at the start. The BKBs come out and the beatdown commences.
They're just fishing a barrel. Like, that vision's unreal right now.
They see everything. They don't see Sumail. Sumail looking for the chase down, but instead they found Saksa, able to chase, able to kill. A double now for Monet, looking for another, seeing if he can find a third. And just like that, they take them both down. No buybacks on any of those heroes for OG. They're gonna run into the Roche. It's a long spawn. Does that mean they just go up and try and take racks? I think so. Aster. We're seeing out reactions a heck of a couple of plays.
Now, the Earthshaker, they wouldn't know for sure, right? There was no buyback. They might know because of his items and everything, but they probably don't know. The Tiny they know is not coming back. That one's a guarantee. The Morphling they also wouldn't be sure if he has buyback right now too. He wants to make his way to this fight, but for now, Sumail is indeed under vision, just still hitting Ancient. So
they're trying to force out any type of reaction, any type of buyback, maybe realizing now that there isn't one. Instead, they're gonna set their sights on these tier 4 towers. Do you go tier 4s against OG, or do you go for Roche? They're making a decision right now. Will it come back to haunt them? Dropping down as many of these little lilies over and over again. Oh, Sumail backs away.
I think they can end it.
They're
It's
trying
30
to.
seconds. They see the speed. They're hitting the buildings.
Turns forward. There's the Ice Blast. It comes down afterwards. Sumail dropping somewhat low. Waveform through. Doing a good chunk of damage. They have buyback on No Tail, but it's only Sumail that's left. Swings, misses. GG called. Aster take game number 1.
Aster. Oh, man. I bet they're just going nuts right now.
That's crazy.
Getting themselves the win versus OG, a team obviously double champion.